Great question. I had a client he was verbal, but he was limited in his communication. And he just was not going to interview well. So I really needed to find him a position where he didn't need to interview. But part of the challenge is I didn't know what his skills, his knowledge, and his abilities were. So I really had to talk to his parents to find out what he was good at. And they told me he was good at cleaning. Now, often I will not take that as face value because as a job coach, I also build relationships with the employer. So I really need to see him in action. So I set him up with a job sample, which is where he actually gets to do the job, and it's non-paid. So he went in, he cleaned, I coached him, and I saw that he was capable of cleaning. Every time I went to this particular employer, the place was messy. And so I asked them if they needed someone to clean, and they told me that they had the team clean after their shift. But every single solitary time I went there, it was always messy. So every time I went there, I began to build a relationship, and I would always ask, you sure you really don't need someone to come and help clean the place? And so over time, I continued to ask the question and told her about my client. And so after a few months, she decided that it would be great to have someone come in and clean. And so this client was hired. He's there. He's stable. He's doing a great job. So the employer's happy, and I'm happy. And of course, the client's happy. That's a great question. Is it challenging to get employers to hire people with disabilities? It can be challenging because a lot of individuals who are making the hiring decisions may not have had experience working with someone who had a disability. So it's really an education and letting them know that individuals with disabilities are quite capable of doing great jobs. In fact, statistics say that over 70% of the population have disabilities that just hasn't been diagnosed. So they're probably already working with individuals with disability. So it's an education process, and that's part of what I do. And then I coach individuals with disabilities to make them job ready. And I'm on the job with them when they get a job, which add value to the employer as well as the person who's being hired with a disability.